Hello, everyone, and welcome into this latest edition of the Michigan State Spartans Insider Podcast. I'm your beat reporter for Michigan State Spartans on SI, Aidan Champion. We're getting very close now to Michigan State football as college football fall camp is going to start kicking off around the country, and it's the best time of the year. It really is. Michigan State football, obviously, expectations aren't too high, but there's pressure there, particularly Jonathan Smith going to need to improve upon last year's first season at the helm and needs to get Michigan State back to a bowl game where they haven't been since 2021. And there needs to be improvement shown. There needs to be, a clear indication that this program is headed on the right track. We've seen that it could be down the road with recruiting. Spartans had a very good month of recruiting in June. But as far as this coming season, Spartans got to win or make a bowl game, and we'll go from there. But that's why I want to get into today is pressure. Spartans, obviously, like I said, a lot of pressure on them. But I want to look at other teams on their schedule that are facing a lot of pressure. And I think that's important because not only, do you look at strength of schedule, but you look at which teams are kind of backed into a corner against backs against the ropes and are fighting for something something bigger, whether that's job security or just some sort of stabilization for their program. So I'll start with USC. USC definitely ton of pressure on Lincoln Riley when he first took over. Things were great, but they have uh, since then steadily been on a decline. A lot of pressure now on Lincoln Riley and Trojans to have a bounce back year in the Big Ten, year two in the Big Ten. They still made a bowl game last year, but came very close to to not. Um, Needed to lock in down the stretch there, and they did. But you got to take a step forward this season, and so USC that's a team where they're going to be fighting every game, and they're expected to be better this season. Michigan State gets them week four, their first road game, first Big Ten game, and you can bet that these two teams are going to be giving it their all, fighting like it's a season finale with bowl implications on the line. So USC, you know, this is I don't I don't know if there's a team with more pressure as far as you're not okay if things don't go well if you don't meet your goals. Next team, I would say UCLA, which Michigan State gets 2 games later for homecoming. UCLA, very similar situation as Michigan State. Both teams just missed out on a bowl game last year, 5-7. Both have second year head coaches. Um, they have Deshaun Foster, a UCLA legend, and they've been turning up in recruiting. You know, I don't think the expectations like Michigan State are set too high for UCLA, but um, in year two, a coach needs to show improvement. So definitely can't have another 5-win season or miss out on a bowl game. UCLA, it's been a little while since they've been relevant. So definitely a team where you're starting to feel some heat. Michigan State. Again, we'll see them uh, for homecoming, and that will be an exciting one. Hasn't played UCLA in decades. And then Michigan. I mean, Sharon Moore. I think they I think he did a good job last year. I think he surpassed expectations. Um, I know others would say defending a Big Ten title probably should have done more. I wouldn't say so. I mean, it's your first year as full-time head coach and seeing a lot of turnover. Um, what he was able to do, I think it was rather impressive. Beats Ohio State again, goes on, beats Alabama in a bowl game. Definitely, I think a good season for Sharon Moore. But now there's national championship implicate or aspirations again, and a lot of the college football world is focused on this program, whether it be in a positive light or negative. But Sharon Moore is expected to take the next step in year two. A lot of pressure there. There's always going to be pressure on Michigan football when I know Spartan fans won't like to hear it, but they are a historically iconic college football program, and that always carries a lot of weight. So, Michigan State, when they host them later in the year, both teams might be fighting for, postseason implications, whether, however that may look for either team, whether it's a bowl game for Michigan State or college football playoff for Michigan or Big Ten championship or both. Um, so Michigan, definitely pressure there. I would, you could say just about any team. I mean, there's pressure, but I'm looking at teams where it's it's almost like you got to be better than you were last year, or just at least show signs of improvement. If even that, I mean, yeah, I mean, in this case, I'm looking at teams that just have to be better. Um, Last but not least, Penn State. I mean, this is a team a lot of people are thinking could win the Big Ten. I mean, they're loaded, both sides of the ball. Michigan State gets them late in the year. Not a game I foresee being an upset by Michigan State. I just don't. But Penn State, when you're this loaded, when you've got this many returning stars, um, I mean, you're expected to be among the best. You come off a college football playoff, you got to get back there, and you got to go beyond where you went last year. So definitely looking at Penn State this coming season. Let me know, what do you guys think? Who is under the microscope? Who needs to step it up this season, or else there's going to be issues. Like I said, you can really make a case for any team really, but the extent varies. So, as always, thank you everyone for tuning in. I hope you're all having a great weekend, and I'll talk to you next time. Thanks.